Oh, another video, unboxing video. So yeah, we're doing a series of videos here on our RC car builds. Specifically today, we just did a video for the Reedy Mach 3 75 2S spec motor. Great motor, CNC, beautiful. Now we're going to go ahead and do the 410R Blackbox ESC programmer combo that we picked up for racing on the B5M, on Ireland's B5M. So we're just going to go ahead and set it up. I got my 22, but this is all going to go in for the B5M. We'll do another video, as I explained before, with the cars. And what we got, this is pretty cool, pretty exciting. Now, I know you don't always have to buy the most expensive electronics, guys. I mean, I know I don't have a whole lot of experience in the last 5 years of what the industry is doing with RC car racing, but I mean, there's a lot of companies out there that are making low budget electronics that you can really get away with spec racing for sure. So you don't always have to have the top of the line or the greatest stuff to race. Still preference, but I wanted to do this build with Ireland to get him as competitive as we can, because we noticed a lot of guys on the tracks with the good stuff are doing well, and it's Iron's a great driver. I'm not too bad, but for this B5M, we wanted to stay competitive. It's and plus I think backing Associated and Reedy products are important, because we want to keep the hobby growing. Spending money helps the hobby, helps the economy, helps these company keep doing what they're doing. So this video, just to move along here, this is for the 410R Blackbox with programmer, part number 27001, and this has a programmer in it, and it's going to be working with our get the motor. We're going to be working in combination with a 17.5 spec motor, 254 part number, 2S spec, 17.5. So it's all going to be in the car. There'll be another video after everything's installed too. So Iron's going to go ahead and do an open box on this and give us first impressions. Excited?
Yeah.
Get that out of the way. Iron's using X-Acto blades. You guys got to be very careful if you're younger watching these videos. These are very dangerous. These are sharp like scalpels. So don't mess around with those. Put them aside when you're not using them. So go ahead. He's going to open it. Keep it over here. So same thing like the motor. You got the instruction manual right on top. 410R. And man, I could just tell the machine work is just as nice as the motor. All the edges.
Wow.
I'll keep it down in the video. Right there. So yeah. So what's your first impression? Just opening it. Just hold it. Right away, those wires are heavy, man.
It has some good weight to it.
Yeah, it does feel. So
and
explain the case on it, because I know you were watching videos on it.
The case is like all aluminum, like
CNC. Yeah.
This aluminum. This is not like no plastic. It may look like plastic, but it's not.
Yeah, it's plastic wrapped with machined aluminum.
And yeah, like I said, it has a good weight, like a nice weight.
Yeah, and also what it has, which we don't have on the any of the other ESCs we use, on the caps. There's cooling fins. There's a heat sink that's built onto these caps too, and then you could tape the bottom and just mount it down. But now that I'm holding it, it's not very big. I thought it'd be a little bit bigger, but I knew I obviously didn't want it bigger. I've seen them in other cars at the track, but if I just in my head I thought it was going to be bigger. So 410R, you got the one button power here. You got a slot for your fan. If you want to put a fan on there, and you can see the 4 mounting holes from the fan. On some of the other ECs, they would mill out in here. And here you can tell it's all anodized black. It's not milled out there, but it does have nice machine work going around the edges. But man, these wires are heavy. I don't even know what gauge these are. 10? 12?
12 gauge.
12 gauge. So right off the bat, you get your cable wire for your receiver. You got all black wires, which is cool because I always want to switch over to black anyways. And then your red and black. So what else is in? Where's the cables at?
The programmer is right.
Just down here.
Because of the programmer?
Yeah, there's the programmer. So the programmer is cool because you can use it standalone. It's got a battery port, it's got USB and sensor. What's good about this is you can also use it as a firmware updater for the ESC. So you can program and adjust, make your settings, and then you can update firmware. So there's the programmer. That's pretty cool. And then should be a couple cables.
Oh yeah,
So
two cables.
So we got two cables. One looks as long as the other one, or maybe actually the other one looked longer than the motor. The motor came with one, so we got some stickers. Woo! You know what's weird? We didn't get stickers in the motor box. That's kind of a letdown. We always like to get stickers in the boxes.
So we can put it on the body.
Yeah, here, put that back in there.
Oh yeah, and it also comes.
There's a
with
mounting tape too in there, so you got some stickers. We'll be sporting those. Mounting tape for the ESC. So put that in there. Actually, we'll just leave them out. Put the phone back in there. You got your cables. So yeah, you got your two cables. You got your ESC programmer, and that is a beaut, man. All that machine work on there too, matching the motor.
Yeah.
Really does have some good weight to it, but man, those wires are so heavy. So it looks like the sensor wire just plugs in the back. And we don't have to solder any wires onto that, just to the motor. Just tin them and go. So, just to give you an idea how big it is, give me that other motor over there. Here's just another stock 17 motor. You can see it's not that big. Actually, I can take a caliper out here. We'll do it in millimeters. The case long way is overall 3.386 millimeters, give or take a couple tenths. 32 millimeter even, and the height, including the heatsink, is 19 millimeter. For you standard guys, I'll do it in standard imperial. So it's 1.26 inches, so an inch and a quarter roughly for the width. For the depth here, the length, it's 1.5, so it's an inch and a half. And then the height, the very height of the heatsink to the bottom is 3/4 of an inch, 0.75. Without the heatsink measuring it, it's 0.6, so just under that. But I think it's great. It's a nice looking ESC. It is thicker than some of the ones like we have, like the, give me that Hobby King, or I'm sorry, that Just Stock one over there. Here's a Hobby Wing ESC, and it's considerably smaller. It is considerably smaller comparison-wise, but the same height on it. You could tell that the height is, well, actually the height on the Hobby Wing is actually taller. So, but these are good budget ESCs. We'll do another video on them. So 410R Reedy Blackbox. Thanks for watching, guys. Now it's time to put them in. Later.
Bye.
See ya.